Hi, and welcome to Life Lessons from the Reading School District. I'm Kristin Boyd, Director of Communications and Community Engagement. Today is our first video podcast, and we're very excited to have a special guest with us. We have Coach Robert Flowers, who is our football coach. You want to say hello to everyone?
Yes, hello. Hope everybody's doing well. As Miss Boyd just said, my name is Rob Flowers. I'm the head football coach at Reading High School. I'm going into my 4th year as the head coach at the high school.
Sounds good. One of the first questions that we like to ask our guests is, what life lesson would you want people to learn from your story?
My story is simple. Count your blessings. That's my lesson. That's part of my life story, and that's what I teach my girls, and that's what I live by is count your blessings.
And why is that?
I had an experience. I had experience as far as growing up in the city of Reading, growing up around many, many different kinds of people. My parents moved to Muhlenberg. And when I was going into high school, I made a decision to go to Muhlenberg. I had to go to Muhlenberg. I had some different experiences there, some good, some bad, some ugly. As I grew, this is when things get tricky. As I grew, I then went to college. I got a full academic scholarship to Westchester University, a partial athletic scholarship to Westchester University. I got down to Westchester University, and I went crazy. Things were looking real down for me at that time. Not to make a long story short, so I'll go through it. I was doing a lot of the wrong things every single weekend, every single day. I was not going to school. I lost my core values that my parents, my family have instilled in me for that time period. I remember early in the semester, it was around September, I got into some trouble, and naturally the first people you call are your parents when things like this happen. And I reached out to them. I called. Mom wanted nothing to hear about what I was saying, and you know my mother. Yes. That's real rare for her not to hear what you're saying. But my dad, he was there. He picked up the phone. He got in his car. He came down to Westchester University. He gave me the business. He gave me the verbal business. And he just let me know that this is not the life that you want to choose.
What was it like hearing that from your parents at that point?
It crushed me. It crushed me, especially coming from my pop, because I didn't realize probably until I was about 25 years old how important and how lucky I was growing up with a father. A lot of my peers at that age did not have a father around, and or if he was around, he was doing various different things. My dad's awesome. My dad's everywhere. So to hear him say that to me, I knew I had let somebody down. But me being a 17-year-old freshman in high school, or in college, it didn't sink in. I listened to him. I was emotional, but I continued to do stupid things. Throughout the semester, I refused to go to class. Then towards the end of the semester, I got into another situation. And this situation was bad. My mother, my father, a cousin of mine came down, picked me up, and needless to say, I was not permitted to take my finals that semester. So I was then put on academic probation. I was put on a school disciplinary action. I couldn't go back to Westchester University.
How did you feel at that point, knowing that you couldn't go back?
I was Rob Flowers. I let a lot of people down. I couldn't play football. I couldn't do school. I didn't know what my next move was going to be. It took me, Kristin, maybe 4, 5, 6 months to get to the next part of my life. In that situation, I was on juvenile probation for 6 months. Wow. For the dumbness that I did. It took some time. And I remember when it clicked to me that my life wasn't over. One of my friends came home from college, grabbed me, looked at me, and said, "What are you doing? Like, this is not who you are." And I had to really sit back and evaluate myself and say, damn, this is not who you are. This is not what your mother and father have taught you. This is not what your family has taught you and showed you to do. And I was then able to start doing things in order. I remember the first thing I did, I got myself a little third shift job.
Where?
BJ's.
Wow.
It lasted 4 days.
What happened?
Friday night came. I didn't want to go into work. So step back number one from the recovery part of me. Then I said, okay, that's not what I want to do. That is not what I want to do at all. I'm not into that. I need to get myself back into school. I need to start getting myself together. I contacted Dave Keeney at Kutztown University. Basically pleaded my life. Let him know that I want to come to school. I want to play football. I want to change my life. He was able to do some things and speak to some people at Westchester and get my name cleared up of all the dumbness that I did. So then I was able to have an opportunity to go up there in June. Once I was up there, I still couldn't play because I was academically ineligible at the time. And then, I had to figure out how to get through that. So, that was tough. That was very difficult for me because football is my life. It's what I've done. It's what I've grew up doing, and it's always been good to me, and I feel like I was really disrespecting it. Not that it's everything, but it's helped shape me to the person that I am. Without that contact, Dave Keeney, the head football coach at the time, I don't know what I would have been doing.
What did it feel like to get that second chance, to have someone believe in you and have the faith in you to give you that second chance?
Kristin, I'm still living it.
Wow.
I'm still living it. Here I am, 32 years old now, 2 daughters, 60 young men. I'm still living it. Like, I'm still living my second chance. So it felt good. I mean, here's one thing that I say, and I know we're going to get into this, but I say this to the young men that I have that are trying to go to college and do different things. When somebody comes knocking on your door and they want you, you better listen to them, because not everybody wants you. It's one of those things where he wanted me to come up there. I had to listen, because it wasn't like people were knocking on my door. Hey, Rob, you want to come here? I know you're in trouble. I know you did this. But that wasn't the situation. So I listened to him, and I took advantage of that opportunity. I remember, I think it was fall of 2000. That's the first time I got to get back on, or fall of 2001. I got to get back onto the football field. I was an academic GPA or 3.0 GPA student. I was making good plays on the field. We were winning some games. I was starting to, get myself back with my faith and with my family. And I was doing those things, and it made me feel good. Yeah. It made me feel good.
What was that experience going back onto the field? Kind of what went through your head knowing that was that Saturday that you got to go back on the field?
Count your blessings, man. And I'm telling you, you know my family. And to look up into the stands and see my family cheering me on again was absolutely amazing. As a matter of fact, I think my first college game was down at Elizabeth City State in North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
That was the first game, and my family ran a bus ride down, and the bus was full, and it felt so good. It felt so good. It just had me, it made me think about all those negative things that I was doing. And I run that weekend back in my head a whole lot because I know how I felt. It's funny, I just got done saying this to one of the guys that I coach with. I said, our young men just need to experience that success and that emotional connection to it one time, and that's going to change a lot of things for us.
Right.
And that's truly an emotional, successful situation for me.
Why are you so willing to share those type of stories with your kids, with your football players?
Because it's the truth. It's who I am, and it's one of those things that I want them to understand, that not everything is gravy, not everything is peaches and cream. Are there worse situations in mine? Yes. But how you get out of those kind of situations and what you do, how you live and your trials and tribulations, that's what's going to shape you as a person as you grow. I tell all these young men, I'm never going to tell you anything that I don't believe. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to shoot you fair one from my heart, and we're going to go from there.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.